Hey everybody, it's the 16th of December, and as of right now, I have officially shifted from painting my own tarot deck to an opportunity to illustrate a deck. Hey Jane, hey, put you in a tizzy and Shonda. So yeah, I've committed, and I can't announce it yet, but to illustrate a deck with a superhuman. And so that's going to be very exciting. So I'm officially putting my personal deck to the side, and I'm hitting it hard, and it's fucking fantastic. So I am just painting, reading, painting, 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 reading, painting, and that's going to be my focus. And you know, when I get enough going for a proper announcement, it's all going to get very fucking exciting around here. So the 16th of December, what do we got going on? The Fool. So as I mentioned, this very, very exciting and epic new beginning, I just shifted my focus, my path, my priorities. And so Fool tells us, well, you know, the path you could have been on before is good. I mean, you know, all my work, right? But all of a sudden, a gem comes along, an opportunity, and you're like, yeah, I want to have fun too. Count me in. The Fool says, what if it's the same path? It's just a different level of it. It's all going to the same place. I will get back to my own deck, which is, you know, the idea of putting it aside is, what? But again, when it's right, it's easy. When it's right, opportunities that you might connect to, they just flow in. And it's like, wow, okay, I speak that language. Oh, I understand exactly what's happening there. Oh, okay. All right. This is my new reality, right? That's what Fool says. Fool says, you know what? It would be foolish to try to nail down a dream, right? It'd be foolish to want the end of the story. 6 of coins. Well, because there's money in it. Hey, Joan Skiing Ashley. Hey, Madeline. What if the opportunity that comes to you just doesn't look like the success that you expect? Doesn't exactly come direct. Maybe it's a curveball. Maybe it's like, wow, okay, I'm going to take the escalator over there. All right, I'm gonna go with the flow. This is like the west wind, you know, or the north wind, right? Where Mary Poppins comes in, or Chocolat, right? Where you know, she knows it's time to go. The Fool says there is more to the path than you are familiar with. Wow, the new stuff you're gonna see. Then we start to get into like Dr. Seuss, and I don't even want to like get into all, the whole that, but the idea is, you know, yeah. What if there's a whole other valley and mountains over this mountain that you just crossed? Knight of Wands. You know, when the opportunity comes to you, you get into the opportunity boat. So what does it really mean? That means that it could look different. It could have different factors, right? So I'm talking about my own personal deck, and then I'm like, whoa, I got an opportunity to illustrate an amazing deck with an amazing person. Can't wait to tell everybody. Yeah, okay, same kind of factors, right? But different because it's inspired. And when you're inspired, you don't need to know how the end's gonna go. You just get on inspiration train, right? When you get on the inspiration train, what happens? Money falls out of the sky. and you are reclaiming your narrative, unlike ever before, or unlike you have been, right? Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands moves like he's hungry and somebody's got like the best smelling food ever. Oh, I'm going to go over there. I'm headed to the kitchen. I'm hungry and it smells so good. That's Knight of Wands energy, It's an eagerness and it's following your nose. This is a fantastic spread today. Not only is it constructive and productive, but it's just saying you don't have to worry about dotting all the T's, dotting all the I's, right? Not the T's, dotting the I's and crossing the T's. This is saying you write through your inspiration and you get a good editor. Hey, Kitchenette. Fermentina's Kitchenette. I know who you are. Hey, Lita, how you doing? I love your little handle. Anyway, so we are embracing not knowing. We are following inspiration, which is like a magnet, and we're headed wholeheartedly into the kitchen because we're hungry and it smells good. This is there's so much fucked up shit happening right now in the world. So much. And for you to say, I'm not going to try to nail down the ending right now. That would be too soon. Too soon. I want to enjoy the story. It's not just the journey. It's a good story, right? We're making a good story. Fools are right on. And I'll show you my Fool card. I don't know if I've even shown you guys this in a while. As much as I'm going to be focusing on illustrating my deck, this is my Fool card. Okay? And actually it's pretty gender neutral, most of my cards. But we've got a flying carpet here. And she's got a fuzzy little cloudy dragon. I mean, yeah, this is my Fool. It's like, well, why just sit there and say, what if? Just follow the inspiration. It smells like chocolate chip cookies, It does. So you've got to go with it. I'm going with it. Why not? I think that this is where not only the magic happens, right? Magic and serendipity. But it's where it leads you to a place where you can not only affect your own creative environment, your will and motivation for productivity, but the idea, and especially with the Six of Coins, the idea that there's a financial benefit to you being inspired. My voice is like, I get very excited and I, could use my voice better. This card, I think often people are just as afraid of this as death or the Tower, because there's this blanket of uncertainty, the unknown. But if you are not only inspired, but you allow yourself to flow with your calling, then it's like being elated, right? You are other than yourself. You are your best self. You are your best self in harmony. And so universe shows up when you start to really fly. And it says, here, let me help you pay for that. Because we were talking about rent happens yesterday. That was a very serious one. Or the other day. And here's a path. And there's food in the kitchen and it smells great. So, you know, we struggle with what we're familiar with. We struggle with the dust. Dust of doubt, dust, regular dust. And we need to be able to say, I'm going to pack this differently. I'm going to unpack it and then pack it back differently so that it supports me better. It's all about packing. Which means you have to have the right bag, am I right? You know? All comes down to the bag. So, Saturday, I'll be at Community Supply reading cards. Community Supply is 577 5th Street West in Sonoma. There's going to be many artisans selling their wares, and it's super festive, but it's also kind of just the coolest place. I like to say it's where witchy and groovy meet, you know? So stop by and say, hey. That's my today. I'll see you tomorrow.